Hi, it's Miss Palladino here. Today we are going to learn a new math word. The new math word is polygon. So here are some pictures of shapes that are all around us in the world. If you notice, the beehive has a certain shape here that they make their hive with. A coat hanger has a certain shape. You can see the pattern on the back of this turtle's shell is made up of different shapes. A stop sign, and even a dollar bill. So each of these shapes is also called a polygon. So polygon is a word that means shape, but it means a certain kind of shape. So what is a polygon? A polygon is a flat, two-dimensional, closed shape made of straight line segments. It cannot have any curved lines, and the sides must connect at their endpoints or corners to form a complete closed figure with no gaps. Most basic shapes are polygons. So shapes like triangles, squares, and rectangles are all polygons because they all have straight sides and they're closed, which means there's no gap in any of the sides. So each of these shapes that you can see on the screen are made up of straight sides and they're all connected. You can trace around the entire shape without ever lifting your finger. A circle is a shape, but it's not a polygon because it has a curved line around its edge. And any shape with a curved line is not a polygon. So circles cannot be a polygon. The following shapes you see on the screen now are also not polygons because they are not closed shapes. So they are made up of straight line segments, which I can trace, but it's not a closed shape because it's missing this piece here. So if I was tracing it with my finger, I can't get back to where I started from. The same thing on the blue shape. It is made of straight line segments, but it has this opening or a gap, which makes it not a closed shape. It's called an open shape, and open shapes are not polygons. This bottom one, the green one, is almost a triangle, but it's missing that little piece there, so it's also not a polygon. We classify or name polygons based on the number of sides or edges that they have. The prefix that comes at the beginning is in Greek, and so the word tri in Greek means three. So any shape that has three straight sides is called a triangle. And you can see my three yellow triangles. They all look a little different, but they're all triangles because they have straight sides and each of them has three sides. The first one is a regular triangle because all of the sides are equal length. These ones have different length sides, so they're called irregular triangles, but they're still a triangle because they still have three sides and the sides are all straight. The word quad means four, so a shape with four sides, like a square or a rectangle or a trapezoid, are called quadrilaterals. They each have four sides, the sides are straight, and there are no gaps in our shape. The word penta means five, so a shape with five straight sides is called a pentagon. Hexa means six, so a shape with six straight sides is called a hexagon. Hepta means seven, so a shape that has seven straight sides is a heptagon. Octa means eight, kind of like an octopus has 8 legs. So a shape with 8 straight sides is called an octagon. And then the word nona means 9, so a shape with 9 straight sides is called a nonagon. It actually does continue past the number 9, but we're just going to go up to number 9 today. The first shape in each of these, the first polygon, is called a regular polygon. So this first one is a regular octagon, this first one is a regular heptagon, a regular hexagon, and so on. A polygon is regular if all of the sides are of equal length. So not only does this first orange shape have 6 sides, which makes it a hexagon, but because all of those sides are the same length, it's called a regular hexagon. This shape right next to it also has 6 sides, so it is still called a hexagon, but because those sides aren't even, you can see this side's pretty long, this side's really short, so they're all different lengths. Because they have different length sides, it's called an irregular hexagon, but it's still a hexagon. Let's see if you can classify these polygons. So I want you to look at the polygon. Notice that they're all closed. They don't have any gaps in them. They're all made up of straight edges or straight line segments. So they are all polygons, and we're going to classify them based on the number of sides. So for the first one, you're going to count the sides. Put that here, and then you're going to use what you just learned about polygons to see if you can figure out the name of each one. So the first one has 3 straight sides, which you probably already know, but you can look back at our notes. 3 is tri, so that first shape is a triangle. Go ahead and see if you can do these 4. See if you can figure out what their special name is. Good luck, and I will talk to you soon.